also when these animals and we die, we are the food to very small insects. And the circle is continuing. And without this pollination, this wouldn't work. So this is a very fundamental process. This is not a candy shop, but pollen grains in their fantastic diversity. And pollination brings world its food, but there are problems. You can see the bee here to the left with deformed wings and a small, not an insect actually. It's a small, it has 8 legs, insect has 6 legs, you know. It's a small spider, a mite. And here she is. This is a female varroa mite with its 8 legs and very developed chawing mechanism here. Just to get the fundamentals right, the bee queen lays an egg. After 3 days it evolves into a larva, and after another 6 days the cell is closed and the larva goes into a cocoon, and total metamorphosis in 21 days the bee hatches. But before that, this parasite that has come onto our honeybees from South Asia 30 years ago, and then climbed over to the honeybees from the Serrana office. This female, she enters the cell, and the first thing she does is to put an egg in the bottom, and that egg will hatch into a male. And that male will mate with the next egg hatching, which is a female varroa. And then they produce female varroa that are, what do you say, have the potential to breed. They are fertile. And in 21 days, another 3 or 4 mites hatch. So in 3 weeks, the varroa population can explode. That's what's happening. And the beekeeper doesn't know this until it's too late. And if the varroa isn't treated right, bees will die. And about 20 to 40% actually last 3-4 years in North America. 40% of the bees dies each year. In Europe, a normal figure would be like 15 or 20%. This is not all about varroa, but other problems in the landscape with the agricultural situation, as was mentioned before. The parasite has spread from this part of the world all over in 30 years. Only Australia hasn't got it yet. It's coming. And if you don't do anything, the colony will collapse in 2 years after the first parasite comes. And as you saw in this way the parasite works, it's enough with just one female coming into a new region, and she will make a whole total new population, infesting all the bees in the area. My name is Björn Lagerman. I have experience in more than 45 years in beekeeping. I have about 100 colonies, produce about 5 tons of honey in a special system that you could go into, look up my honey production system that is very unique, producing only from newly built combs, free bee. And that I've been working with that for a long time, but since 2016 I've been developing this app that diagnoses the mite. And we started with a Kickstarter campaign in 2017, got about 100,000 crowns, and we invested that in developing a digital tool to make us able to manually label regions in pictures. And it started with that I saw in pictures that I took from my bees, things that I couldn't see on the live bees. And when I started examining the image, it took about 15 minutes, and then it struck me that if I had a tool to help me diagnose the image, it could go much faster. And to that, we had to manually label. You can see here's the varroa sitting here under the wing. You can also maybe see a little bit here, if that light will tap in there. Manually labeling on our online tool, we now have 12,000 labeled regions, And in 2017, in November, we were first able to let the AI diagnose and find mites. And the beekeeper gets to know how the infestation looks like, and if it's above 1% in the hive, more than one mite on 100 bees, you need to do something. If you don't, the colony will die, and the varroa will spread to the other beehives in the area. And to validate that it has found the correct object, you can see the mite sitting there. And we use state-of-the-art artificial intelligence called neural networks and deep learning to identify objects. And we are training our networks to discover 15 different features. It's not only varroa, it's if they have wingless bees that are a symptom of that there is varroa, because if a larva has been attacked by a varroa, the bee will get viruses, and it will be born with deformed wings. So you can see things, not only the mite itself, and there are also many other features in the hive that you can diagnose with artificial intelligence, and we are working on that. Many other things that are important for the beekeepers. We are organized in an innovation team, both in beekeeping and artificial intelligence. And app development is actually done in India. And we have the leading professors all over the world. This is the leading guys in California, USA, in beekeeping, and these are the leading guys in artificial intelligence in Cornell University and KTH in Stockholm. We have a business set there, and here is my son. It's very important in the project. And here is the only veterinarian in Uppsala, Emmy, that is specialized in bee health. She has done lots of image labeling and also field studies. And we have also engaged students to check images. We were very proud when we were contacted by spinoff.com. They browsed the globe on innovations from brain surgery to space, everything from the 600 best universities in the world, and they rank all those innovations and have put us as top 100 out of 5,000 leading innovations on the uniqueness of technology and product, high commercial potential, positive impact to the humanity's well-being. I was rather thrilled when we got this news, and they have made a fantastic site about this project. Because thank you so much. And they do this to connect investors, 30,000 investors, with the innovations that are done from the universities in the world, including NASA and so on. Yeah, it's really remarkable. And I think it's very, what do you say, we are very blessed to have this recognition from the community all over the world, how important the bees are. And this is a rising knowledge, I think. And the last year we have won all those awards. Actually, just the last week, Brewhouse Award. So we gain lots of traction, and that is very important. As well as speaking to you in your networks, you will spread the word and inform that there are possibilities for beekeeping, that we have to help the bees. And actually, this is a great business, of course, if we make it work all the way. We think that an analyze for the beekeeper is, we don't have to charge more than maybe $1 for it. We are about to do this week, actually. The app is up and running, both on Android and iOS. And could you put the music up a little bit? I made this music for Kickstarter